Do you know one wrong sentence at a Toyota dealership can cost you hundreds? I've seen this happen many times. A RAV4 owner once told the service advisor, "My mechanic said it just needs new spark plugs," resulting in the guy paying for both the plugs and the coil. Twice the cost, twice the headache. See how fast things can snowball? Wrong words can mean bigger bills and wasted time, but avoiding these slip-ups is easy. In this video, I'll share 5 things you should never say to a mechanic. These are real insights I've picked up straight from my shop floor experience. Stick around because at the end, I'll disclose a bonus tip that annoys mechanics the most these days. Number 1. Don't ask a mechanic to diagnose over the phone. Here's something I see all the time. People call up a dealership and say, "Hey, my Corolla's making a weird noise. Can you tell me what part I need?" Sounds simple, right? But it doesn't work that way. Most Toyota shops won't give you an answer over the phone. And if you stop and think about it, it makes perfect sense. You can't diagnose a car without actually looking at it. Mechanics need to pop the hood, maybe take it for a drive, maybe even put it up on the lift. Without that, they'd just be guessing. And in the car world, guessing almost always costs you more money down the road. Here's an example. A customer once called, convinced his Corolla just needed brake pads. He was almost ready to buy them before even coming in. But when the car finally showed up, the real problem wasn't the pads at all. It was a sticking caliper. If he had gone with his first hunch and just replaced pads, he would have wasted money and still been stuck with the same issue. That's exactly why mechanics don't play the phone fix game. And there's another big reason. Imagine a dealership tells you exactly what part needs replacing. What do most people do next? They jump online, order it cheaper, and never bring the car back in. From the shop's perspective, that's lost business. From your perspective, it's risky too, because if you get the wrong part, or if that part wasn't the real issue, now you're out of the money and your car is still broken. Here's the bottom line. Toyota mechanics want to give you the right fix, not just a quick guess. So don't call asking for diagnoses or part numbers. Instead, keep it simple. Tell them what you're experiencing. My Camry pulls to the side when braking, or my Highlander makes a grinding noise on startup. That's all they need to get started. When you bring the car in, you'll get a proper inspection, the right repair, and you'll start your relationship with the shop on the right foot. Number 2. Don't say "my mechanic said." Here's another one. Mechanics hear all the time. A customer rolls in and says, "Well, my mechanic told me it just needs this part." Or after hearing the diagnosis, they go, "Okay, thanks. I'll just have my mechanic fix it." On the surface, it sounds harmless. But what you're really telling the shop is, "I don't trust you, and I'm not staying loyal to you." Now, most service advisors and mechanics won't say that to your face. They're polite, they'll nod, they'll write things down. But inside, that one line already changes the relationship. The first question that pops into their head is, then why isn't your mechanic fixing this car right now? Why bring it to us? Sure, there are exceptions. If you're from out of town and something happened during a road trip, everyone gets that. But when it's your local shop, those words shut doors before they even open. Mechanics want to build trust. They want loyal customers. People who come back so they can get to know your car, know your driving habits, and take care of it properly. Now, not all mechanics do everything. Some neighborhood shops only handle basic stuff: oil changes, brake jobs, and fluid flushes. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone has their skill level. But when your Toyota has a serious issue, like a transmission fault or an evaporator buried deep behind the dash, you need a specialist. That's why dealerships exist. And that's why some shops will send you there. It's no different than doctors. Your family doctor doesn't do surgery, and surgeons don't usually do physicals. Each has its place. So don't walk into a dealership and say, "My mechanic said you need to replace this." Instead, start fresh. Explain what the car is doing. "My Camry's AC isn't cooling," or "My Highlander keeps stalling." Then let them do their inspection. If your regular shop referred you, just mention that politely. You'll come across as open, respectful, and willing to work with them. And in return, you'll build a better relationship that saves you stress and money in the long run. Number 3. Don't act like you know more than the mechanic. Another fast way to make things awkward is walking in and pretending you know more than the people working on your car. It happens more often than you'd think. A customer brings in their car, points under the hood, and starts throwing around technical terms like they've been wrenching on them their whole life. Now, if someone really had that level of knowledge, they'd be doing the job themselves in their own garage. Mechanics can tell right away when a customer is bluffing, and it instantly creates tension. Some techs will just shake their head and move on, but others might start to tune you out. In the worst cases, shady shops might even take advantage of it, creating problems you'd never be able to spot just to bring you back and charge you more. That's how some customers end up paying for services that weren't even done, like an oil change build but never performed, or chasing down weird electrical issues caused by a fuse that was intentionally switched around. It's rare, but it happens, especially in places desperate to make a profit. And once you've opened that door by pretending you know it all, you're an easy target. So what should you do instead? Keep it honest and simple. Tell the mechanic what the car is doing. That's all they need. Let them do the diagnosing. A good Toyota mechanic will explain things in plain English and give you options. That builds trust. And trust is what keeps your car running right, without surprise headaches or surprise bills. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Number 4. Don't ask for a free diagnosis. Here's another one that rubs mechanics the wrong way. A customer rolls into the Toyota dealership and says, "Can you just tell me what's wrong for free?" Sounds innocent, but 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. Diagnosing a problem takes time and skill. It's not just a quick peek under the hood. Mechanics may need to hook up scanners, test drive the car, and run through a checklist to figure out what's really going on. That time is valuable. If they gave it away for free every time, they'd be losing hours of work and possibly never see the job again. What usually happens is this. A customer asks for a free check, then takes that information, shops around for a cheaper price, or tries to fix it themselves. Meanwhile, the original shop wasted its time and resources. That's exactly why most dealerships charge a diagnostic fee. The good news? If you go ahead and get the repair done at the same place, that fee often gets knocked off the final bill. So it's not money lost, it's part of the process. The takeaway is simple. Respect your mechanic's time. Cars are no different. If you show that respect up front, you start building loyalty and trust. Over time, that pays off because a shop that values you as a loyal customer will go out of its way to help, save you money where they can, and keep your Toyota running strong for years to come. Number 5. Don't say, "I tried to fix it myself." Here's another one. Mechanics just hate, and it almost always raises a red flag. A customer brings in their Toyota and says, "Well, I already tried fixing it myself, but now I need you to finish the job." It may sound harmless, but in reality, it usually makes the job harder, not easier. Think about it like this. If your boiler broke, would you try patching it up before calling a plumber? Probably not. Cars are no different. Sure, there are basic things you can safely do at home like oil changes, air filters, and topping off fluids. But when it comes to bigger jobs, it's best to leave it to the professionals. Mechanics deal with this all the time. A driver might change out a part on their Tacoma thinking it'll fix the problem, only to find out it didn't. Worse, they may have installed it incorrectly, creating new issues on top of the original one. By the time the car reaches the shop, the mechanic has to undo the mistakes, start over, and that almost always means more labor and a bigger bill. Some shops won't even take on half-done repair jobs because the risk of hidden damage is just too high. So the smart move is, if you're not 100% sure what you're doing, don't dig in under the hood. Bring the car in early and explain the symptoms. That's all the mechanic needs to hear. You'll save yourself frustration, avoid making things worse, and get the repair done right the first time. Bonus tip: don't say "I read it on Google" or "saw it on YouTube." Trust me, this happens the most these days. Customers roll in and say, Well, I Googled it, or I watched a video and it said this and that. It's the car version of trying to diagnose your own illness online. You start with a headache, and by the time you're done reading, you're convinced it's something life-threatening. Now, don't get me wrong, the internet is a great place to learn. Reading up on your Toyota or watching a repair video can help you understand your car better. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, informed customers usually make better decisions, but car problems often share the same symptoms. A rough idle, a strange noise, or a warning light can come from 10 different causes. Without actually inspecting the car, popping the hood, scanning codes, and running tests, there's no way to be 100% sure. That's where mechanics earn their keep. So if you come in thinking you know the issue, keep an open mind. If the mechanic tells you it's something else, trust their inspection over a YouTube video. At the end of the day, the internet can teach you a lot, but it can't turn a Google search into a professional diagnosis. If you're enjoying this video, consider watching this one, where I'm exposing 6 biggest Toyota dealership scams you must look out for.